The cost of war. While millions across the Middle East have been fearing long-term regional instability and experiencing airstrikes and displacement, the conflict in the region has also been causing global economic shockwaves, which have put millions more at risk. The Gulf is known for its energy production. Roughly 20% of all the world's oil and natural gas used to be exported down through the Strait of Hormuz to Africa, some to India, and more. On the 4th of March, Iran blocked this vital maritime passage. And in one move, much of the fuel supply for many countries around the world was essentially cut off. More than that, these are just some of the Gulf energy facilities hit and badly damaged during the war. In blue, ones hit by the US and Israel, and in green, the ones hit by Iranian forces. So not only could energy not get out of the strait, the amount being produced also took a major hit. And this has affected prices. If you look at Brent crude oil prices over the past 10 years, you can see world events reflected in the graph. Here's COVID-19, this here is the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and this here, that is the US-Iran war. If we look at the prices just over the last year, so this section here, you can see the peaks and troughs of the conflict. This is when the strikes began. This is when there was the ceasefire in April. You can see prices jump back up when strikes resumed, and this right here is where we are now. Hope for a long-lasting ceasefire with the potential reopening of the Strait has caused prices to come down again. If there are more issues with the talks, we could see them spike up once again. And it's not just fuel. 46% of the world's global urea supply comes from the Gulf, crucial for fertilizer production. Once the war began, you can see the daily volume of fertilizer-related shipments out of the Strait virtually stopped. Without fertilizer to grow food or fuel for agriculture or equipment, regions across East and Southern Africa, all the way down here and in Southeast Asia, were affected. Let's take a look at one example. In Myanmar, it's a country with about 50 million people and imports 90% of its fuel oil and up to 95% of its chemical fertilizers. Most of it comes from the Gulf. By the end of May, 50-kilogram bags of fertilizer were 5 times more expensive, worsening the country's cost of living crisis and pushing farmers out of the industry. The negotiations between the US and Iran aren't just words on a piece of paper. They're signals which make economic waves across the globe. And if talks fail, hundreds of millions will pay the price.